others.
Welcome to UG TV.
Uh,
You can go to UG TV or you can go to lafollicnews.com. We're streaming on both.
Well, yeah, but if you go to UG TV, you'll end up at lafollicnews.com now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's one of their pages.
Well, if you go to lafollicnews.com,
you go to the UG TV tab. Well, really, UG TV is a subset of lafollicnews.com.
Right, okay.
So if you go to lafollicnews.com and click the tab, you go to UG TV. If you just type in go to UG TV, you go to that same page.
Right.
If there's anybody watching this, they already know that.
I understand that perfectly. Just like when the fire chief explained to me why when they had a fire up here in the Folic, that the fire trucks came from down off the 4-lane.
Well, tell me about it.
And when they have one down that way, the fire trucks come from up here in the Folic. He explained it to me, and I perfectly understood it while he was telling me. But for the life of me now, I still can't understand it.
Well, I don't know. It's a mystery to me, too.
It is, you know. You have a fire down toward Jacksboro, and the fire trucks come to number 1 fire station off Tennessee Avenue. You have a fire that come from the one down there right past the Ronnie's new bridge.
Right past our new road with our new guardrail.
Yeah, new guardrail, new roads, you know, and I tell you, we have really dressed this place up. Cliff thought he did it when he tried to close me down, but we dressed it up a lot more than he has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
But now, until you get rid of some of these corrupt people who still occupy positions in our government, nothing is ever going to change. You get guys that you cannot make a living anywhere else than in government, who get such a bad reputation that they cannot get elected, but they still get hired for high-paying government jobs.
Well, we need to get on with them tips.
I think we need to get clued in.
We ain't gonna get clued in nothing, I'll tell you.
I don't think so.
They keep including us out.
Yeah, I believe that's true. You know, they
You gonna run for anything you decided yet?
huh?
You gonna run for anything you decided
Well,
yet?
yeah, I'm just.
There's possibly gonna be two.
Huh?
Possibly gonna be 2 seats on the
City council.
yeah, and a mayor's shop.
Okay. But now that second one will not be decided in this election, because you have to resign prior to.
I don't know. Waiting to find out.
Okay, I don't know either. Well, I was going to say they had a big arrest right down in front of actually your building.
When?
Just a little bit ago, they pulled over a white Dodge work truck, and they had somebody out there handcuffed. I believe it was a passenger in the truck, and they had the undercover car, black. You know, everybody knows what it is. They had another undercover car there, and they had 2 regular police cars there. And all to take one little old fellow in, you know, and I don't know what he had done, but they had him handcuffed with his hand behind his back. And a fellow told me the other day, he came up there, he said, when you leave the interstate, to get from the interstate to La Follette, you have to go through 7 layers of police departments. You've got Caryville, you've got Jacksboro, you've got La Follette, you've got the county uh, sheriff's department, you've got the highway patrol,
Yeah.
and and, and then you've got the undercover forces throughout the county. And so you got to have about 7 layers of police that you have to go through if you make it. It's kind of like run the gauntlet, you know. You make it from Kerrville up to La Follette. It's kind of like running the gauntlet. We used to have a belt line they run us through when I was in high school. If you did something and it warranted a whipping, all the boys take the belts off and line up on either side, and you had to run through there, and they hit you with a belt. And that's about the way it is when you leave the interstate and you come up the 4-lane. You got about 5 or 6 layers of police that you got to go through to get up here, and all of them, I mean, they're good people, but yet all of those departments are hungry for money. And the only way they look at people traveling up and down the highways here in Campbell County is they got a dollar sign on their back. And so you have to be very, very careful unless you're going to enrich the local gendarmes by making some minor mistake.
Well, we got to have some money from somewhere. We're getting ready to go on that other. They're showing the flowers right now.
Okay, yeah. Who's raising the flowers? Oh, those Ugg daffodils.
Yeah, them the Ugg daffodils.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The Ugg
daffodils. Ain't daffodils either.
There's Ugg.
There's old Ugger.
Yeah, huh?
Ugger, the Ugger.
Right.
Color ain't too good on the screen,
Right.
is it?
Yeah, I am.
That's back when you had, well, you didn't have hair then either.
I didn't have no more hair then than I do now.
You were talking about Debney then, or dogs coming unregistered one. I don't remember which it was.
Right, dogs having to be registered every year.
Yeah. That's Miss Debney.
Huh?
Debney, that's Debney.
Okay. I'm going to have to see if I can't get Debney to come up here and pay us a visit.
So tell her to bring her steed when she comes.
Oh, Jack's died.
Oh, Jack could be about 112.
He was about dead when I had her up there. You know, she was ancient. And but Debney crawl on that old donkey and get right out there in the median. Highway patrol would come by and run her out.
And then?
Well, we'd wait the highway patrol left, and we'd go back out there again.
I don't know where Richard's at. I ain't seen him in a week.
I don't think he deserted you, do you?
I don't know.
We still got Sam.
Yeah.
That's number 2.
Yeah. Well, there's Digger's commercial. You know Digger, don't you?
Yeah. Digger's the one with all them different blends of propane.
Yeah, different flavors.
I bought a good propane cook stove today.
Another?
Yeah.
You got 2?
Got 2, yeah.
You just have to open up a restaurant, I guess.
I got 3 counting the one in the concession stand. Yeah,
just put one on your house when you ever move to the lake.
Yeah, I'm in my houseboat, right?
Yeah, them guys ever...
Well, I got one for that. That's what I got for. I got one especially for that.
If we ever get done digging your basement, you need parking.
Yeah, I forgot. Hell, folks. Yeah, I forgot I've got...
We're getting shorter every week, you know it?
Yeah. I don't know what's the truth. They have lowered their estimation.
They took our cushions and got us a shorter seat.
All right, folks, welcome to UG TV, our Wednesday night edition. We're pleased to be with you, and if you got something on your mind, just let your brain all hang out and call us, and we'll talk about it, you know. And we probably do not have any opinions.
I reckon we do.
That we're going to let you know about right off the bat, so we'll talk about anything you want to.
We probably won't have anybody to share our opinions.
No, nobody will have the same opinion.
May not have anybody
Let me tell people right off some of the things I got down at Wild Bob's Emporium. Mainly in the produce department.
Got my watermelon.
Now yours is in the cooler. Okay. I've got good cold watermelons. I've got something that you don't know I got. I got scuppernong.
That's what I started to say.
I got scuppernong, some of the bestest tasting scuppernong. You know, when I was
That's a big muscadine, what it is.
Right. Yeah. When I was a young man, we had a big arbor. It had about 4 posts under it, and it had about 4 big scuppernong vines growing up the posts.
I'm going to go borrow a pencil.
Spreading all out across the arbor up there. And you take a ladder and climb up there and pick scuppernongs off the top, or you could go up under that arbor and reach up through there, and I could eat enough of those boogers that I could stick my finger down my throat and touch them. That's how many I could eat. Well, they're just as good now as they were back then. And I've got scuppernongs. I've got good peaches. They're, what do you call them when you...
Freestone?
Freestone peaches. Got good peaches. I've got wonderful tomatoes. I've got some peaches and cream corn that I cooked me 2 of those ears this afternoon. Sliced me up one of those big old tomatoes, salt and pepper and butter, a big old glass of milk. That's what I had.
Butter on the mater?
Butter on the corn.
Oh, okay.
Butter on the corn, salt and pepper on the corn, salt and pepper on the tomato. A couple of big old glasses of milk, and I'm pretty well set. So you need to come on down. Got good prices on all of them. All right, I thought we had one.
We do, if you push the button.
Which one? Okay.
UG TV.
UG TV.
Hey, Bob, you got delicious maters and
That what?
peaches down there.
Said you had delicious maters and peaches.
I know I do, yeah. Got some more in fresh ones today.
Yeah, we picked them up today, baby. We appreciate you.
Got some today, Bob.
Yeah.
All right, folks, have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We're gonna have to take you down to Beltone. They're having a free.
They're having a free. Well, all they're gonna do is tell me I can't hear.
Well, just going down there.
I already know that.
They'll have it between you two.
They already know I can't hear. And I understand a lot of people are having trouble hearing us very well over the television. Did you know that?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
So
So tonight we're going to use the Rudy Valley method of talking to you on television. You know, most people out
we
there
got
have,
good volume on UG TV.
Yeah, I know that. Most people have no idea who Rudy Valley is. Or was.
What was he used to sing? He wasn't on Barney Obo. Oh, that was a different.
Yeah,
Was that him? On Barney Obo, on Barney Obo, on Barney. Is that him?
I don't remember exactly what he is. I never was a Rudy Valley fan, you know.
Well, okay then. I want to encourage you to take advantage of the new UG TV, the LaFolletNews.com, where you can branch off to UG TV, or you can check our most comprehensive obituaries, and I have not updated that this afternoon, but I will shortly. Current gas prices, the best prices we can find, $3.41.9 right now. That ain't good, but it's $3.45, and I bought gas this morning. We've got a live scanner page where you can listen to the police apprehend Bob. TheFolletNews.com keeps you linked to all the current news and locally and things of interest that are not local. TheFolletNews.com. Tell your friends about it. Tell 10 of your friends, and tell them all to tell 10 of their friends, and it'll be an uprising, and we appreciate it.
Oh, you don't need to go anywhere. Just tune to thefolletnews.com. Pick up everything you need to know.
Everything worth knowing.
Right.
If we don't give you a full investigative report on it, we'll at least link you to somebody who will.
Right.
Is that right? Is that right, Miss Mull?
I think so.
I would like to remind you that gentleman there on the beginning of this show, he's got a propane stand down there in the middle of the road in Sawmill Hollow, right in the middle of the road. His name is Digger Wilson. 562-5444 if you need any propane or anything to do with propane. He's an expert.
Right. And he's got it all blended up for your grill or for your cook stove. You know, I bought, I believe I said I had 4 propane stoves.
You had 3 earlier, now I guess you've got another.
I got 4.
Okay.
Because I had one especially small one for the houseboat.
Okay.
And
how are you going to heat the basement?
Well, I thought I'd probably get a regular propane heater for that, you know. But one reason I'm kind of partial to propane is I know I can get the fuel that I need down at Digger Wilson. No problem at all.
No problemo.
Right, you know, it's no problem getting tanks. If you decide to go with propane, I probably got 8 or 10 20-pound tanks that I would sell. I need to keep most of them. I've got a couple of 30s and a 40 and a couple of 100s.
Well, Digger's the man that's playing on propane, 562-5444, and don't run over him down there in the middle of the road. Start your day off right with a biscuit from Rainbow.
Well, I didn't start off with a biscuit today. I started off with grits and sausage, a little cheese, and
that's that concoction again.
And a egg over light, all mixed up in that grits. And I mean, I know it's like slopping the hog, but it sure is good.
Well, you can get real food down there too. In case you don't like Bob's concoction, you can get a breakfast special down there and get 2 eggs, fixed the way you like them. Get bacon, sausage or bologna, or you can get grits or gravy, and you can get biscuits or toast, and you can also, now I didn't say and in all of them, I said or in each one of them, and you can also get a bologna biscuit that's a full meal in itself for 99 cents. That first meal was $2.99.
They put a piece of that thick bologna on there.
Yes, sir. Cooked to perfection.
Right. So that's the Rainbow Restaurant, right down the 4-lane when you hit them little whoopie-doos, and you know, just cruise on in there and get your breakfast. You want to go through the drive-in window, you can't find one any quicker. They'll get you exactly what you ordered to your car window any quicker than Rainbow Restaurant will. Of course, you can go inside and you can eat their special, or you can eat their breakfast bar.
Did they have, I wasn't there this morning when it was going on, did they have the first day of school today?
Have what?
First day of school
Well,
today?
yeah, they had something going on at school.
Did they have them kids walking the ditch over there today?
No, they didn't see any kids walking in the ditch today.
Well, they certainly won't walk on the sidewalk, because we shot our wad up there on the walking trail.
We done used all our ammunition?
Yeah, we ain't got nothing to build a sidewalk down there for the young'uns with, for the children.
Right. But you know, they ought to do it because it's for the children.
I know it ought to. Well, that's the way it is. You know, we gotta have to have a walking trail so we can go down and observe the sewer plant.
Right.
Almost. You can't hardly see it.
Right. We know they're gonna have to extend that down there because it's foolish to walk almost to the sewage plant and not be able to go all the way.
I reckon man can't go all the way. Y'all just
Right,
stay at home.
you know. And of course, I wish him well, but there is an offshoot or an upswing as a result of the walking trail.
What's that?
Well, they've opened up a new restaurant right down there where they crossed Central Avenue.
Well, I'd say he'll be swamped with all that foot traffic.
Right. Well, I really think it was put there for that reason, because they're going with Starbucks coffee and all the sort of things that people who come in on a walking trail
How
don't
can
ask
you
for.
go with Starbucks coffee without being Starbucks?
Huh?
How can you go with Starbucks coffee without being Starbucks?
I think they have a way of doing that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get it catered, I guess.
yeah, probably. I think Katie's going to cater to Starbucks coffee.
Oh, okay.
But, he doesn't realize that Katie's right on the walking trail before they get to his
Got a
place.
table in the way. They got to stop.
They had to stop because their tables are in the way.
Well, if they had some of that Dixie concrete down there instead of them artificial bricks, the road would be better.
Right.
What do you think about that? Or what that artificial brick setup cost us down there?
What that? Are you talking about on the highway?
Yeah, there where they made it look like bricks.
All part of the total expense, you know, which.
There's a little cost overrun there too, wasn't there?
I bet so. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to happen that way a lot.
Right.
Dixie concrete's a sure bet if you've got a trail to build or a driveway or a foundation or a swimming pool or want to use some of them there big bales of hay with that there concrete blasted on like Bob's building houses out of. We'd like to recommend it to you. That's Dixie Concrete down there at the Dixie Concrete store.
Right. You know, do you ever remember seeing cobblestones?
Well, I know what they are. I don't know if I ever saw any. I mean, I've seen the modern version of them,
I
but
can
not
remember
real.
when all the main thoroughfares in Greensboro, North Carolina, were paved with cobblestones.
Where'd they get all them cobblers
I
at?
don't know where they got all them cobbles from. But everything in Main Street and about all the side streets that come into it were paved with cobblestone. And then they went to a great deal of expense to take all those up. Doug TV.
Good evening, TV.
Hey, how are you?
Just fine. Gentlemen, I believe your 3557 is not working. It
May not be.
may not be. Anyhow, there's a subject that I read about in the paper the other day, and it has to do with the old post office.
Yeah.
And did you read the article where that it was suggested that the city of La Follette buy that?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I don't know why they don't just condemn it and take it.
Well, if it's for sale, you know, naturally they're going to buy.
Well, the city administrator, I believe, was going to made reference to the fact that they were going to vote to pay. I believe the estimate was $15,000 to have it appraised.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the number, but I know that. I don't think it's that much, but I may be wrong.
Well, I may be wrong too, but I thought it said 15,000. It may have been 1,500. But anyhow, I figured the appraisal would be on the deed, wouldn't you?
Well, you would think that we could trust our appraisers, but you still, you know, if our county, and I'm not knocking anybody, but if our county appraisal was accurate, these your bank appraisers would be out of business.
Okay, but now let me go back to another point on this thing. Why would the city buy it? And the reason I say
They may need another library.
well, yeah, right. The last time I heard anything about it, the appraisal of that building, or let me put it this way, the asking price was somewhere in the vicinity of $500,000.
Yeah, it was more than I had. I remember that.
Okay. Instead of the city buying this thing, why not let it be? Well, I think that they're needing it or asking a gentleman by the name of Myers, I believe, is the one who presents this, and it has something to do with the county coalition, Campbell County Coalition. And I tried to find the article, and I've lost it. I just read it, scanned it real quick, and I got to thinking about this thing. Why not allow private enterprise to buy this thing? And that way we will receive property taxes.
Yeah, I know it.
Okay, if it's a if it's considered as a what is it? Where that they call it?
In lieu of taxes.
Huh?
You pay in lieu of taxes if you're a government entity, and that's supposed to be just the cost of services provided to that property.
Well, if private enterprise buys that, let whoever wants it then rent it if they feel. But here's the point that I'm getting around to: the people, if the or a question that people need to ask themselves, city commissioners and any of these other people, if they were paying this out of their own pocket, would they buy that building or would they lay out that money?
I'd be willing to bet that you could make a library look like a library right a lot cheaper if you're paying with your money too.
Yeah, I'd say you could. There's another aspect of that thing that I'm not sure about, but I would come to the conclusion possibly that that building has asbestos in it. And if it does, and I'm pretty sure it's got lead paint. Mm-hmm. So if we enter into this thing, the city buys it, and then the taxpayers pay for it, and then they hand it off to somebody else. As soon as we buy this building or acquire it, it becomes a liability to us. We must start securing it, keeping it clean, keeping the copper hounds out of it. You know what the copper people do because what they did to East La Follette. That means that we have to insure it, we have to keep it up, put a roof on it, or whatever it needs.
I'll bet you that WPA wall mural down there is made out of lead paint. Where you want to bet?
I don't doubt it. But we need to look at these things before we jump in and start buying stuff for the taxpayers' money. We need to ask ourselves, if it was our money, would we do it? And then look a little deeper as to what it's going to cost us. As soon as we take possession, or if we buy that building, it becomes a dead expense to the taxpayers from that point on.
What are they doing with the old library building?
I have no idea.
Maybe they need this to go with the old library building.
In case they ever need more room for their library?
Gentlemen, I appreciate your time. This would be something to think about before we jump in and go to putting a lot of money into such things. Another question I'd be interested in is how many pieces of property in the city of La Follette are either owned by the city or are tax exempt. Now, I read an article, I believe it's Reader's Digest, as to where this one town had so many places that were tax exempt that they were going broke.
Well, this place is going broke too. We just don't realize it.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I'd like to hear some comments on it, and I'd like to hear anybody that's in favor of this, the city buying it, if they would buy it with their own money, if they had their own money instead of the taxpayers' money.
Well, I kind of feel the same way, you know. I've looked at that building and I said, well, what in the world would anybody want with that building? And then I said, you know, the federal government didn't even want it for a post office.
Gentlemen, I thank you for your time. Maybe we'll get some comments on it.
Okay, see ya.
Okay.
I don't know what could you do with that.
I have no idea.
It'd have to be office space, and it ain't exactly laid out. It's just like he said, you go in there and start changing walls and stuff, you're going to have some abatement problems there.
Yeah.
How about abatement running around everywhere?
Well, said that right.
Of course, I don't know whether they play the same rules we have to or not.
Right. TV.
Hey, Ronnie.
Hey.
Pick up the phone.
How are you? Who? Who? Oh, okay. Well, they're good people too. Yeah. Okay. worry about it. You take care of yourself. When do you 29? Well, good luck. There ain't nothing to it. Well, quit worrying, you'll be all right. Yeah. Well, check in when you can. See you. Bye. Lois got some health issues. She's a good woman. I'm not going to say who, but just if you've got any spare praying that you ain't used up, throw in a little for this person. That's
Right,
it.
she's a fine person. I know who it is.
And she did mention Vital Care, and since she mentioned Vital Care, I'll just mention Vital Care too. She made them some peanut butter cookies.
She made who? Vidacare?
Yeah.
Well, I'll guarantee you that that was a trip well worth taking then.
Vital Care, 562-5, wait a minute,
9370.
9370. I'm about to send them down to Wilson's Propane. Vital Care, 562-9370. If you need an ambulance ride, they've got what you need.
Well, we get Digger some cookies that way.
Yeah, yes we could.
But she does make me.
She makes a good
peanut butter cookie.
Yeah, and a good pumpkin roll too.
Pumpkin
I'd never
roll.
eat a pumpkin roll before she made
Telling
one.
you, I know that. Yeah.
562-9370 for Vital Care.
Right. We wish you well, hon.
Well, Bobby T, anything else happening?
Well, no, I'll tell you a little bit more about Vidacare. You know, I want to go over and do a little photographing of their facilities. They've taken the old rescue squad building and made it into a very, very nice ambulance station. They got offices. They got bays to keep the ambulances warm. And
Ain't nothing like an old cold ambulance when you see it, kid.
Right. And almost like riding, used to ride them old hearses, you know. And I told you I passed that hill where Franklin Von Cannon come out of the back of that.
Yeah.
Come out of the back of that night and went down the hill, you know. Pretty steep. But Vital Care has been in a long time. They do an awful lot of covering for the Campbell County ambulance service, and it does not cost the taxpayers one penny. And we appreciate them so much. That's 562-9370 for some tender, loving care with your ambulance service. And we might as well go ahead and tell them if they need some gravel.
Well, where are you going to get gravel? I mean, gravel, that's not it. It's getting them hauled that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. We can get all the gravel you want, but if you want gravel hauled, you get your driveway in shape now, you get it worked on in before the winter comes, you call Ridge Runner Trucking Company at 871-2410. They'll bring you your gravel cheaper than if you call the rock quarry and have a rock quarry bring them. And they know how to spread them. They know how to take care to put them where you want them, the way you want them. And that's Ridge Runner Trucking Company. Or if you want mulch hauled, or you want sawdust, you want sand, or whatever you want hauled, they'll do it for you. OTV?
Yeah.
Hey.
Fellas, I was going to talk a little bit about the road superintendent race, how it turned out. And probably the best thing that happened to Dennis Carter was Tip Jones out here running for round with Scotty Evans. That's the best thing that Dennis Potter had on his side. And probably if it was me, I would make sure he kept gas money to get out here and keep campaigning against him.
You reckon?
I mean, seriously, man, he costed that kid so
I went down and did a video of both candidates, and I did one of Mr. Evans, and Tip fussed at me because I didn't show more of him.
Yeah, see, he wants to, he thought, he thinks, well, I can pick this guy, I can get him elected, and, you can't do that. And they didn't know any better. They were new in politics. They're real good people.
Yeah, I know that.
The Evans are real good people. But they didn't realize that Chip Jones will absolutely annihilate you in politics if he's out here in Canada.
Well, the main thing is to be your own front man in a campaign, and that way you got nobody to blame or credit except yourself.
You're exactly right.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of cases where one candidate would try to team up with somebody else and campaign for both, and that never works. It hurts both parties because they figure, you need to take care of your own business.
But I would say Dennis Carter would give him gas money and make sure he had gas money to get out here and campaign against him. So,
well,
best thing ever happened to him. It's just the absolute truth.
Thank you for your opinion. We appreciate you calling.
Hey, that's my opinion, and I'll take it with me to my grave.
You stick by it, won't you?
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
See ya.
Well, the election's over. I ain't gonna kick nobody or praise nobody. They ain't nobody.
Have to live with them for a while.
Yeah, and it's hard to run a race the first time and know all the tricks too.
Right.
It is like you said, there was two good people running against each other, and one of them won and the other one didn't.
Right. The only bad thing about being a winner, there always has to be a loser.
Yeah, they don't give them blue ribbons, them
closest don't count as
what do
having
they call
horseshoes.
them? Participation awards. You don't give them.
Yeah. Well, probably they'll start doing it like they do in school. They don't award anybody anything. When you have a contest, you give everybody a medal, get everybody a trophy.
Yeah,
and maybe eventually it'll come down when you have an election, everybody that runs will get elected.
Boy, what's Virgil going to do with all them offices? He'll be stretched thin, won't he?
Virgil won't know what all they did down there in Nashville.
Do you want to know which way it was? Hello. Napa Auto Parts, if you need to work on your motorcycle or your tractor or your boat or your lay model or your forklift or your lawnmower, anything you want to work on, they got or can get you a part for it in a timely manner at a price you can afford, when they'll serve you with a smile and appreciate your business.
Right, I'm going to have to get him to get a master cylinder for my Bobcat, which I believe he can do. I don't think I'll have to go to Bobcat place to get it. I don't know.
Is it, you have to take it off and let them look at it, but I did mine. They found a picture, looked like it, and got me one of them.
Really?
I mean, from a forklift, yeah.
Right.
And the same thing with the fuel pump. I thought I'd have a dickens of time finding the fuel pump. I went around the moon getting electric fuel pumps and gravity-fed tanks and everything. And finally, I just give up, couldn't keep it running. I went and checked on the fuel pump. Yeah, we got one. Handed it to me at just about $12. I spent more than that on the darn hoses hooking up the gas tank like the gravity-fed.
Not like me with that sitting on top of my...
My problem was mine overloaded when I done that. I ruined my carburetor with it.
That and mine, it runs good. All I gotta do is just go out there and bump the switch, she cranks right up. It's old, it don't have quite the power it used to, but it still gets around.
Well, have you ever got them there trailers busted loose down there?
No, but I've got my
backhoe?
No, I got the thing to take the nuts off the wheel.
Oh, okay. Lug wrench is what a lot of people call it.
Lug wrench, take the lugs off there. So I'll get down there and do that.
Got one of them there wheel nut ranches.
Huh?
Got one of them wheel nut ranches.
Right, there you go. But
Napa, if you want to call them, at 562-9406 or 562-2629.
I was going to tell you, they've got that good Napa oil special back on again. 5 quarts of premium oil plus your filter. About $18 something, with, that's tax and everything. So, and you can't beat it. In fact, I picked me one up the other day from a little Dodge Dakota, and I'm kind of teasing it. I'm carrying it around in the back, and I'm teasing my truck with that oil change, but I'm going to eventually change the oil in it.
Well, you got its attention.
Yeah, that's right. At least the little Dodge knows I've got good intentions back there in the back of the truck.
Good intentions.
Right.
You know what? The road to perdition is paved with?
Good intentions.
Yes, sir.
Right?
I'm not exactly sure where perdition is, but
perdition
I think
is somewhere close to hell.
I think it's a town up in Ohio.
Somewhere close to hell.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, my mom.
That might be another subtle way of saying hell.
Good intentions would send you to hell. I'll never forget, one that's come to mind. Some kid brought a new kickball to school when I was about 5th or 6th grade. And I was a pretty good kicker. And I didn't like him, and I kicked his ball. It went down the bank, across another playing field, down the bank. It went about a half a mile. And principal called me in and said, did you do that intentionally? I said, yes, sir, I did, but I didn't mean to. I didn't know exactly what doing it intentionally meant, but I said, yes, sir, I did, but I didn't mean to.
What did he do to you?
He still spanked me and made me go get the kid's ball.
Well. You know that time, did you hear about that time that feller bet he could knock a golf ball some outrageous distance, a mile or something?
A golf ball?
Yeah. And they took him up on the bet, and he went up there on one of the Great Lakes and he froze over and knocked it 5 miles or something.
That's about like the guy had this gorilla, and he taught him to play golf.
Yeah.
And
did he teach him to count? Because ain't nobody played golf can count.
Said they had him out there on the driving range, and he was just bending them golf clubs. When he hit it, man, it just took off, went plumb out of sight.
Went off a whistling.
500 or 600 yards out across there, and that ball just a smoking going out there. They said, good gracious, man, never seen anybody drive like that. Says, how's he putt? Says, just like he drives.
Keeps passing the hole up, don't he? Well, if you could teach him to count, that'd disqualify him to play golf.
Oh, he can't play golf.
If you could teach him to measure, he couldn't fish.
Right. If you teach him to tell the truth, he couldn't be a TV host.
He also couldn't be a politician.
He couldn't be a
politician. If there's anything to him, he couldn't run for nothing. Oh, well, if he could count other people's money as well as he counted his own, he'd never qualify for anything.
Right, exactly right, yeah.
Why can't we get bankers for politicians? Bankers, they'd make good politicians. They can count other people's money.
Well, I don't know. Many of them has gone busted. I don't know whether they can or not. They went busted with other people's money.
That's their old, what's his name, Corzine? Was that his name?
Corzine
Yeah,
from New Jersey.
Misplaced $2 billion.
Yeah, $2 billion.
I don't know where it went. It just gone.
We just couldn't determine what happened to it. They'd put anybody else under the jailhouse.
I know it. How do you misplace $2 billion? You can't, if it's cut up and made into $1 bills, you couldn't haul it in a week.
Yeah, but really, if anybody else in a business situation, misplaced $2 billion, they go to prison.
Yeah.
Old Madoff didn't misplace much more than that.
I know he didn't do that, did he? Wasn't he 500 million or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, Corzine outdone him 4-1. Is Corzine the right guy? Is that his name?
Yeah, that's his name. And he's the one.
Yeah, that's him.
When they thought they were going to elect a conservative back 2 or 3 terms ago,
Yeah.
that he brought him back out of retirement and run him again, and made the guy that had originally qualified to oppose, drop out. And it wasn't even legal to drop this one in. They did anyhow.
Yeah. Well, what a remote development.
Folks, I'll tell you again, I've got, those of you who wasn't watching us, I've got some delicious peaches and cream corn. That is really good. I ate 2 ears of it this afternoon. I've got good watermelons. I've got peaches, good peaches.
Not to be confused with peaches and cream.
Right, peaches and cream corn. I got peaches with no cream.
With no cream. But if you've got some cream to go with it.
Freestone peaches. I've got scuppernons. I've got watermelon.
What color are they?
They were green.
Green.
Yeah, those are muscadines are the black ones.
Now they make a dark scuppernon too, don't they?
Huh?
They got a black one of them too, don't
I've
they?
never seen them.
I
always call the black ones muscadines.
Well, I thought them big ones was all. I mean, muscadine don't get that big.
Yeah. Well, wild ones don't, but these domesticated ones.
Well, I thought they called them by a different name too when they're domesticated.
No, they're just domesticated. I had some domesticated muscadines down in North Carolina, and they're just as big as these green scuppernons.
And I had some. They didn't get that big. They're good.
Right, were they domesticated?
Yeah, supposed to be, and I bought them for that.
Right.
But boy, they took up a half acre. If you don't keep them cut back, they're worse than honeysuckle.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got some now, but they ain't doing no good.
They're pretty prolific. And I might mention, if anybody wants a pair of Muscovy ducks, I'm gonna sell one more pair. I sold 3 ducks the other day, and I got one more pair I'm gonna sell.
I want to buy a couple of Muscovy.
A what?
I want to buy some goats.
Goats? Well, you tried to buy some one time.
I know I had one bought.
Sold it out for money.
Yeah, I know it. I had one bought, and I didn't jump on it quick enough. Well, I hated to take off with just one.
If you're not familiar with Muscovy ducks, you need to go online and look it up. It's a breed of ducks unto itself. It will not crossbreed with any other duck unless it produces a hybrid. It produces what they call a mule duck.
Well, I don't know. Are they from Oklahoma?
No, they're not from Oklahoma. I forget where they originated from, but
they're not like Merle Haggard?
No. You know, all the other ducks in the world, other than Muscovy ducks, originated from mallard ducks. Even the white ducks and everything else came from mallard ducks. But the Muscovy duck he's got a different chromosome set up, and they will only interbreed with their own Muscovy duck.
Bluebird
TV.
Yes. What about the mayor's race coming up?
Well, I hear they're going to have one.
Yeah, I understand.
We don't know exactly who all is running yet.
I understand there's been some petitions picked up, but none of them actually turned in and confirmed yet.
Well, I know they said Wayne Kids was running. Do you know of anybody else?
Well, Mike Stanfield. We don't know of anybody else. We'll just have to wait and see.
Okay?
When do those petitions have to be turned in?
And voting on them.
About 8 or 9 days.
Right, 8 or 9 days from today.
Who do y'all think will win it if it's just them two?
Well, that depends on who runs. We'll just have to wait and see. If you live in the city,
Yeah.
won't you run? We need some competition.
Right.
No, that would be two. That would be competition, both of them. That's what I'm saying. Who do you think would win?
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see who tells the most lies.
Okay.
Who do you think will win? Hello? I guess you didn't have an
Yeah.
opinion.
He wanted to hedge his bets, what he wanted to
Generally, it's whoever tells the biggest lies the most often gets elected.
do. Right, yeah, there you go. You gotta lay it on there. I tell you, if the local races gets as vicious as the presidential races getting, it'll be something to behold.
TV.
Hey guys,
Hello.
Hey,
I'm still collecting stuffed animals and toys.
566-6699.
Right. Or they can bring 210 Sharps Lane, park 130 and drop them off. And we'll need some volunteers. And I hope you, there's some posters out there from the studio on the table. I'll let you know.
No, they're not here.
It's out there where you go out. It's on the table.
Okay, I'll look and see. If we.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, Rick.
You know, you were talking about cobblestones. You ever been to Cincinnati and rode their brick streets?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I was at Cincinnati before they did their urban renewal, and I've been up there since.
Urban renewal. Now that was a socialist move.
Huh?
Urban renewal was a socialist move.
Well, they did a lot of changes and everything.
You know, they
Cincinnati was fairly
stole a lot of property under the name of. They stole a lot of property under the guise of urban renewal.
Yeah. And under the guise that they were doing it for the children.
Yeah, for the children.
But Columbus, Ohio has gone through a lot of changes too. It was a very filthy town. Ugly town.
I've not been there since probably 87 or 88.
Right.
See what this is all about here. Somebody
Things like urban renewal and that sort of thing, I've seen a lot of it during my lifetime. And there are some upsides to it, and there's a lot of downsides to it too.
Noon, August the 16th. That's the deadline for entering the political turmoil here.
That'd be about 7 days from today, wouldn't it?
That'd be whatever today is plus some more. What day is this? The 8th? I guess it is. No. Is this the 9th? What is today?
Let's see, Monday was the...
This is the 8th, so we're talking about 8 days.
Yeah, it's 7 days.
Which we're talking about 8 days from noon today, which is already gone. We've got less than 8 days if you want to get your feet wet in politics.
Jump right on in there.
Yeah, we'll have a celebration here after the election, like we did 4 years ago, and then not expect to hear from you no more.
We'll hear anything from the winners.
No,
4
we'll
years
let
later.
you celebrate, and then that'll be the end of that.
Right.
Problem with politics is you have to abandon the people that really
Support you.
Yeah, you got to abandon them for the people that slap you on the back and you need their support to get elected the next time. You know, you can always stick with them, and then whenever you're out of office, you ain't got no friends left.
Right, you already done it to your true friends and those that would be friends. You know, they've got nothing for you when you get out of office, you know. So that's very true.
Yeah.
But there hadn't been a whole lot said about the election that's going to come up here, but this is a very crucial time, not just for national elections or county elections, but also for city elections. Because if you don't start reining your horns in and conserving your income, I just counting how many more buildings are vacant now than were back when 4 years ago.
Well, we had our most important county election in 100 years 2 years ago, and that didn't go well.
Right.
In the city election, we're on the just ready to break off again and go in debt even further. And you just wait and see. Things are looking tricky. Ugh, TV.
Hey, Hazel Valley here.
How are you, Hazel?
What's the current happenings in Hazel Valley?
Speaking of upcoming city elections, if Wayne Kitts has picked up a petition to run for mayor, then his council seat will be up for grabs. And I know who I want to run for that seat. And if he won't run, we'll draft him. And if he's a draft dodger, we'll start a write-in campaign.
And who are we going to run?
I don't want to mention his name yet.
Does he wear a hat?
I'm hoping, any man that wears a hat would be a good candidate for that.
Especially if he's bald-headed.
Well, you can't throw your hat in the ring if you don't wear a hat.
That's right.
I'm gonna come down there and get some of them scupper dogs, Bob, before the city confiscates them all.
Do that because they'll be gone tomorrow. I'll save you.
I hear Bill Joe White really likes scupper dogs. He's liable to issue an edict to confiscate every one of them.
You never know what might be contained. There might be sulfides there or something.
Hey, come on down. They'll be gone tomorrow. A bunch of them went out there today.
When you gonna get some more?
You cannot beat scupper dogs.
I'll have some more probably Saturday.
What time do you get up and go to work? Wow, Bob.
Right.
But better yet, what time do you get out of Rainbow Restaurant and get over to your workplace?
What time are you gonna be open in the morning?
I'll be there about probably about 9.
Well, have to give you an hour to go to Rainbow and get you
there you
some
go.
good old grits with bologna and
All that other stuff mixed in it.
butter and pepper, salt and sugar.
You know, a man don't have to chew it if he mashes it all up together. He can just drink it and go on.
Yeah, just drink my grits and eggs and.
He stirs up his grits and drinks them with a straw.
Yeah. Put a little water in them. That don't sound that bad, but I bet it ain't too pretty.
I think it looks good, yeah.
So, man, I tell you what, but we gotta take interest in this upcoming city election and come out real strong for somebody.
The last time I got involved in the city election, I got a roll of screw, and I don't think I'm gonna fool with it anymore.
Yeah, I sure got my butt laid on the grill and yesterday. And
It's amazing what a little old office can do to a man, make a fool out of him.
They're going to be using Wilson's gas to cook my fanny good. So just check on me, turn me over, see if I'm done, because I think I'm going to be done on this one. But anyway, it's amazing, you get out here and you get a little critical of somebody, and then they get a hold of you, and boy, I'll tell you what, it comes back on you like a
And I'm going to tell you what, sometimes you don't have to be critical to get stabbed in the back.
Well, that's true too. But I'll tell you what, I'm ready to sell out. If they'll take it easy on me, I'll shut up and I'll brag on them. I'll just tell them how great they are. But anyway, you guys got a great show. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
He said that was that other line. Both lines are working. Evidently, nobody gets through on that one. I don't know what they've done. Because we've got every call tonight on that one line.
Won't you dial that on your phone? See if it'll work.
566 14
I could have dialed on mine.
Times are hard, you have to call yourself. Well, that's the one. Okay, what's our other phone number? 5020? No, that's me. I'm gonna have to go. Wait till it comes up over and see what the number is.
Down, didn't it?
Yeah.
30, what was it? 30.
It'll be on the television there in a minute.
Right. We'll see if it comes up here in just a minute.
Well, this is like a well-oiled machine, this show.
Yeah, we do.
Folks, we're about done anyway. We do appreciate you staying tuned for all this foolishness and putting up with it. It ain't every day you get to see two fools in one room that just go on and on about nothing, but we appreciate all of you,
Right.
especially the customers out there.
Hope you've had as good a time as we've had.
3557, is that it? 562-3557, I believe that's it, ain't it? 562, see. I may call somebody wrong. That line's busy. TV.
Yeah, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm getting in on you on five. I'm getting in on you on mine.
1450, wasn't it?
566-1450.
Yeah. Well, this other one shows busy all the time. No, it's ringing now.
They're not ringing here, though.
562-3557, ain't
It ain't working. 562-3557 is not working.
I know the other night they have Ariel's having trouble with the phone.
Well, everything's different here. Every time we come, something different. we don't even know if we're in the right place anymore. We had a pretty little 1450 sign behind us last week, and it's disappeared. I don't know. Somebody likes green around here. I know that. It looks pretty. They've done a good job fixing it up. It just ain't home no more.
No, just not comfortable.
Actually, you can see the sunset behind you.
You what?
I said, at least you can see the sunset behind you.
Yeah, buddy. Sunset. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's progress, I reckon.
Oh, yeah. But I thought I'd let you know that the line's messed up the other night, too.
Well, they still messed up. I don't know. I think they got it plugged in the wrong hole, but I may. Well, no, they've got a phone line there. They've got a dial tone, yeah. But they ain't.
You want me to call back on 562-3557?
I mean, I know what I'll do. I'm gonna call on that whenever we go off. I'm gonna call me on that and see what the number is.
Right.
Nah, grab. You
There
can't
you
be
go.
an engineer.
You can just dial yourself. I'll dial you here in a minute. Yeah.
I'll take this and dial my cell phone and see what number comes up.
Right.
We'll have it right next week.
We'll get her.
But y'all coming in real good.
Can you hear us? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
on the, are you watching this on Channel 12 or on the other TV?
Bug TV.
Okay. Well, I was wondering how the sound was on. They had a lot of complaints on the cable for.
Well, I know last night it kept stopping for a second or two when I was watching on my PC there.
Yeah.
And I even put it on pause there and let it sit for about maybe 20 seconds. Put it on play and it's still.
That had to do with your internet connection, and our red light's on. And we gotta go.
Got a red light. We'll see you next week.
I'll always enjoy y'all.
See you, sir. Take care of yourself.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Let me dial mine.
Wait a minute. You gotta start it.
Okay.
Okay. That ain't gonna work. You got too many 871.
Try again.
Okay, who's calling?
Hello.
Look, what's the number?
Huh? Hello?
What number you got on your phone?
Hold on just a minute.
That's us, Bob.
Okay, now go ahead. Hello?
It's this phone.
Okay.
What number called you?
Okay, let's see what it was. It was 562-0018. Have they changed it?
That don't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm dialing. That's the reason they changed that number.
870, what is it?
562 see the damn thing.
5620018.
That's the reason they didn't get no calls. The numbers changed.
Yeah, I reckon they want that phone over yonder.
Right.
Well, by the way, it ain't hooked up right. What's wrong with it? Well, we got 5620018 on one line. That's what you got. You call it and see. And on the other one, you got 5661450. Yeah. But the 3557 not in. Yeah. You got a 018 in the house? Somebody's downstairs. Yeah, somebody's twisted your lines. Oh, by the way, I better take us off the air here.